Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Two Toe Tags Metal Reviews, and today we're going to be giving you guys our first impressions of the brand new Lindemann album titled F and M. So Lindemann is like, it's this super group with Till Lindemann, Rammstein singer, and Peter Takgren, my apologies, of Pain and Hypocrisy. We checked out a few of their songs, we reacted to two of them. There was one that we watched ourselves but didn't react to.
Yep.
It's like if you took Rammstein and gave them like all the drugs in the world. And like you take down the Rammstein concept of industrial metal and then just make it fucking weird because these guys are really whack. But from everything we've listened to, I think it's pretty cool, and I think this album's gonna be really diverse amongst its sound.
Based on the tracks we've heard, it does already sound diverse. The three songs we heard all sound very special, in their own way, like unique.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm down for this.
We checked out Stealth and Cradle. We did check out Mathematic, but that's the one we didn't react to.
Yes.
But with that being said, we're gonna listen to this album for the very first time in its entirety, and we'll be right back to give you guys our first impressions of F and M. So stay tuned. Alright, we just listened to F and M for the very first time. Now I'm gonna open the floor and say this album was alright. There were things I liked and things I disliked about this album. So I'm gonna get it. We like to end things on high notes, so I'm gonna get into what I disliked. I felt that this album, okay, before we listened to it, I said I think this is gonna be a really diverse album. I was not wrong. This album is so everywhere in terms of the musical content. Like, we're having so many different genres all over the place here.
Yeah.
Which I think is slightly to a fault, because it gets to the point where it's like, what is this album anymore? And it kind of starts, track number 7, Ach so gern. It's like this Spanish flamenco song, and it's like, what is going on? It's kind of cool that they're doing that. It's like so outside the box. I just feel like it's a bit long. Like, listening to it, I'm like, this kind of seems like it would be like a 30-second like joke track, but no, it's just a fully developed track. And then another problem presents itself after this track with a ballad called Schlaf ein, and it's a pretty song. Like, I'm listening to it, I like this, but I feel like it's a little bit long. It's like, I think, a 5-minute ballad.
Yeah, over 5 minutes.
It's pretty big. So if you're gonna have the Spanish flamenco song and then a ballad right after, you're really bringing the energy down low.
Yeah.
And there was also a really nice key change in Schlaf ein. I liked that as well. So it's not like I hated that, it's just, it kind of feels a bit early to have the ballad as well. But
I think it's a grower.
Definitely.
I think it's gonna grow on us.
Definitely
that
could
song.
And then there's a second ballad a few tracks later, which is Vibe das Son, which means who knows. I would probably like it a lot more if it was the only ballad on the album. Because once you have multiple ballads, it starts to take the weight away from both of them, really.
Exactly.
Because if you have all this crazy stuff on the album and then this one really heartfelt song, it really stands out super hard. But the more you have that, the less strength they'll all have.
And out of the two ballads, I think the second one was stronger.
Yeah,
I feel like it just had a little more heart to it. It had some violin. There was like this really soft clap sound that was
really sad.
Going on the rhythm.
Made me sad.
It was sad sounding, yeah. So I definitely favored the second one over the first one, but
it was also shorter.
I think the first one will grow me. Yeah, the length was definitely a helpful factor because 5-minute long ballad, especially on an album that you're expecting some energy, right?
Yeah. Now with that being said, I really do like a lot of the riffing on this album, and I think the highest point for me is all the keyboard and synthesizer stuff that Peter's doing, because it all just sounds so cool and interesting. And you notice that with Stealth, the first track, like the keyboard that he does, whatever, that like really catchy hook. And then Ich Vibe Ich Nicht, which is track number 2, which is my highest rated track. It just sounds so mean, and it's the kind of catchy, for me at least, that you love. Like something gets in your head, but you enjoy it, so you don't mind it staying in your head.
Yeah.
I love that. Also on, there's another track later on, Platz 1. The synthesizer is probably the best it is on the album on that track.
Yeah, I
it's
loved
just
it.
So cool sounding.
Yeah, I got a lot of like really like 80s vibes. Like, I don't even know what I was picturing in my head. Some flashy neon colors and techno kind of, I don't know, man. I was tripping.
Yeah,
it was rad.
One thing about this album that's kind of tough is that it's so diverse that you partly don't even remember what happened.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a bit all over the place.
There's so much different stuff. It's like, oh, dude, what did that one even sound like? You know, but I mean, it has a lot of the catchy synthesizer stuff. It also goes hard as well. Like the second half of Cradle, I love it so much how they just slam.
Yeah.
The acoustic part, I mean, you know, I don't hate it.
I like it.
It's fine.
I think it's good, but it also adds another ballady type of section on the album.
Yeah, I don't mind it because it's only like half of the song and then it goes into the
It's
thing.
more like 2/3 of the song.
Well, kinda. I don't know.
Even still.
Look, we listened to it
liked it
once.
though. I liked it though.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a good build up to what it pays off for.
Yeah. My biggest overall problem with the album, other than the kind of overabundance of ballady type sound, was the rhythmic, the percussion. There's a lot of boots and pants beats. I call them boots and pants beats. It's just like bass snare, bass snare, bass snare, bass snare.
A lot of people like to call that boots and cats.
Boots and cats? I don't know. I've always called it boots and pants. Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants. It's like techno beat.
Yeah.
But it happens in a few songs. They don't do it in every song, which I'm glad. If they did, I would pull my hair out. But it's just like, it sounds so boring. It sounds so like, it's so simple sounding. I don't know. But the songs are still fun. They still have energy. They still have, like you said, cool riffs. Till sounds good. He does some cool things vocally. Like in Frau and Man, track number 6. He does this weird like I kind of thing, and whatever. I'm not gonna try to mimic it properly because I really can't sing at all. So, but he does that thing, and he does little things here and there throughout different songs, which are cool. The best song for me is probably Flat Irons is really good because of the synth. But Mathematique or however you pronounce it, that song is like, it stands out on the album. It is very different than everything else. It's almost a rap because the beat in this song is like, I picture like ICP or like Tech 9 or somebody like throwing down on this beat. It's very like Juggalo-esque, very like dark carnival kind of vibe. And Till is like basically fucking rapping over this shit. And it's cool. It's got this like really cool fucking groovy vibe to it. And I dig it, man. It's just rad. I like that song a lot. It's simple but effective.
Yeah, it's, you know, this album is kind of everywhere. So I feel like in the grand scheme of things, the more we listen to this album, the less, you know, the kind of, I guess, somewhat abundance of softer stuff is gonna matter. And even then, you know, the more I think about it, it's like you have the first half of Cradle and 2 ballads, and then the Spanish flamenco. So that's 4 out of 12 tracks. So that still leaves, you know, a good chunk that are not like that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have soft moments.
To interject, the Axel Gern, or Axel Gern, whatever, the Spanish flamenco song, I didn't mind that too much. It did have kind of a weird kind of vibe to it, but I was actually enjoying it. And to put a feather on that, a cherry on top of that, there's a sick solo in that song.
There's a good solo.
There's a sick solo. It's very creative and it's got a lot of flair and flamboyance to it.
I just kind of felt like it dragged a little bit, but it, you know, it's just a first impression, so it's like it can totally grow on us throughout the week.
Exactly.
But yeah, with that being said, that'll be it for our first impressions of F&M. So we're gonna listen to this album over and over, non-stop for the entire week, and we'll be back to give you guys our final review. So anyway, guys, remember to comment below, tell us what you think of this album, if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Like the video if you like it, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. I'm TV Fish.
And I'm Vile Self.
And we'll see you guys later.